A new teaser trailer for the Ahsoka show has just dropped, and it reveals something that we've all been hoping for. The fact that we're probably going to get, and now I believe it's fully confirmed, that Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker is going to be in Ahsoka. It's kind of surprising that this wouldn't be kept as a secret for longer in the show, which makes me think in the 2-episode premiere coming on August 23rd that Anakin's probably going to be in that beginning show. Maybe they'll hold it for later, but I think that what we see here in this trailer that definitely points to either a flashback or a reuniting of some way looking at the relationship of Ahsoka Tano and Anakin Skywalker. Let's take a look. Whew, here we go. I'm so, no words. This is awesome.
Everyone in the Order knew Anakin Skywalker. Few would live to see what he became.
By the end of the Clone Wars, I walked away from him and the Jedi.
And here it comes. Here it comes. Listen. Listen closely.
In this war, you will face more than just droids. As your master, it's my responsibility to prepare you. I won't always be there to look out for you.
I could use the help.
Once a rebel, always a rebel.
Don't be afraid. And trust your instincts. I know you can do this, Ahsoka.
Okay, so let's go back to the beginning. Let's break this down because I think there's a lot to talk about here. It's clear that's Hayden Christensen's voice. 100%. He says, we'll listen to it again, but this first part I think is important too. Listen what Baylan says at the beginning.
Everyone in the Order knew Anakin Skywalker. Few would live to see what he became.
I think that's a reference saying that so few knew that Anakin was Vader. Now, of course, Obi-Wan knew, and that's how Luke knew, and Luke found out. But very few people knew that that's what Anakin became. But apparently, Baylan is one of those who knew about Anakin becoming Vader, which is really interesting to want to get into the backstory of Baylan and Shin and how they ended up the way that they are, kind of as these maybe dark side, maybe light side, kind of in between Force users. And then this.
By the end of the Clone Wars, I walked away from him and the Jedi.
So we get a reminder that Ahsoka forsook the Jedi. She gave up on the Jedi. She gave up on Anakin. And if you've watched the Clone Wars, if you've watched Rebels, you've seen all of that play out. And then Anakin's voice.
In this war, you will face more than just droids.
In this war, you will face more than droids. So it's possible that this comes in a flashback scene. That's kind of how it sounds, in a flashback scene during the Clone Wars, right? Where it was against the droids. You had the clone army against the droid army. And that's what we've seen play out all throughout the animated show, which is where all of the relationship between Anakin and Ahsoka come through. Now, could there also be a scene where Anakin appears as a Force ghost? Possibly. Again, the Ahsoka show is happening after Return of the Jedi, so Vader is gone at this point. That's why there's a vacuum in the galaxy, hence Thrawn showing up as the new big bad, trying to reestablish the Empire. And these words sound more about something in the past than something actually happening in the show.
As your master, it's my responsibility to prepare you.
See? As your master, it's my responsibility to prepare you. So this is still during Ahsoka's training as a Padawan under Anakin. So this is pre-Order 66. This is pre all of that stuff when the Clone Wars was at its height. A new Jedi will rise. Who do you think this is referencing? There's some options. This could be referencing Ahsoka taking the mantle of Jedi again, something that she walked away from, she even says in this trailer, but now is maybe coming back to. This could mean it's talking about Sabine. We've seen Sabine with the green lightsaber, Ezra's lightsaber, in some of the trailers fighting Shin and doing all that. Does that mean that she now has Force powers and is being trained by Ahsoka? I kind of hope not. Third, this could be where maybe Shin or Baylan get brought to the light side by Ahsoka, and maybe they're convinced and drawn away from that kind of middle ground position. Maybe Shin becomes another Jedi. I don't think that that's the case. And I really hope it's this last one where it's Ezra. Ahsoka and Sabine find Ezra and complete some of the training that was started with Kanan, and Ahsoka kind of becomes the master of Ezra. I think a lot of the show is going to be Sabine and Ahsoka going to try and find Ezra to deal with Thrawn, and along the way running into Shin and Baylan. I might be wrong, and I'm glad if I'm wrong, because that means it'll be still very interesting, but I think that's what it's going to be. So I'm pretty sure in my book this is referencing Ezra.
I won't always be there to look out for you.
I could use the help.
Once a rebel, always a rebel.
So she could use the help. Hence, she recruits Sabine, who we see here, recruits Hera. We haven't been seeing any of the other Ghost crew. I mean, we see Chopper, but we haven't seen much of Zeb. I would love to have seen Zeb more. Maybe that's just being held off, or maybe Zeb's off doing something else. Who knows? But she's definitely recruiting people for rebellion against this new established empire that Thrawn is trying to bring about.
Don't be afraid. And trust your instincts. I know you can do this, Ahsoka.
Okay, so is this then maybe a vision? I think that's the last thing, is this is a vision that Ahsoka has, remembering something that Anakin had said previously, and applying that then to the current situation of saying, I got through that, I got through the Clone Wars, I got through those things, and Anakin trusted in me, and now, again, it's just as hard, but I can get through it. I'm going to remember my training, remember those things as I become and reclaim the mantle of Jedi. I don't know, guys. I'm excited. 10 days away. We're almost there. Let me know what you think down below. Were you expecting this? Did you always kind of just think that Ahsoka and Anakin would be back together again? Or is this the surprise you've been hoping for? Guys, thanks for watching. If you're new here, consider subscribing for more Star Wars content. I will be covering everything Ahsoka, and I've got some exciting videos that I've really been working on behind the scenes. And make sure you turn on that bell for notifications so that you know when those videos go up. Remember, the Force will be with you always.